Last night, we took you behind the scenes of the Salvation Army, which is not only in the business of recycling goods, but recycling lives. Lives of hundreds of men battling drug and alcohol addiction. And tonight, in part 2 of our Road to Recovery series, meet the 3 men we've been following for the past 180 days.
We ask these things in your son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
The men in the Salvation Army's rehab program start every day with devotionals before heading to work therapy, where they sort, price, and get donations ready for resale. But Pat Nelson's day starts long before he clocks in. Pat's up by 5 to work out.
I get up, say my prayers, do all that, brush my teeth, and then I get my clothes ready and I go in the gym.
Where the 46-year-old father is not only training to live sober, but also to fight as a boxer once he graduates from this program, goals he didn't have a year ago.
I didn't do nothing. I wanted to just sit around the house and get high and drink.
Pat took his first drink at about 10 years old. He grew into a star athlete and says that's when alcohol became even easier to get. Plus, his best friend was an alcoholic too, his mother.
My mom got killed in 1993 in a robbery attempt in Stockton. She got shot in the head.
Pat blamed her murder for his drug abuse, which landed him in prison 4 times. But when a judge ordered him here, counseling, classes, and support groups gifted Pat the tools he needs to stay clean, and it's been nearly 5 months. And now, with a private message to his mom in this balloon, he's ready to let go of the pain that triggered his abuse.
Look how high up it is.
Yeah.
It's going up the clouds, going up to heaven, man.
Were you ready to let go of it?
Yeah, I was. I've been ready to let go of it for a long time. I just didn't know how.
As is the case for a lot of these men who've come to rely on spiritual guidance, they walk to church together twice a week, which is where we met 23-year-old Mike Trumpower, new to the program and recovering from meth. As a teen, he binged, crashed, and sold meth on 4th Street.
I knew a lot of people down there that does it, so I got rid of it quick.
It didn't take very long to make a lot of money.
No.
And if he didn't have money?
I had my food stamps. Sometimes I'd sell it and get a room. Sometimes I'd just sleep on the river.
But finally, after wasting away, not sleeping, and hungry, Mike was arrested, jailed, and given one last chance here. He shared intermittently with others, saying his parents' divorce triggered his bad behavior, but he never fully opened up. And the last time we saw him, well, it was standing here, quietly during worship. The director of the program says Mike was kicked out for stealing a cell phone. And last we heard, is living back here on the streets, which was also home for a man who says drinking is killing him. Growing up in a well-to-do family with 2 professional parents, Chris Hart says he had little discipline. He started drinking heavily at 15 years old, but his first sip was much earlier than that.
6 years old when I had my first drink. 24-ounce can of Budweiser.
As a teenager, Chris was the life of the party, but his weekend drinking became an everyday craving.
Some people can take 1 or 2 drinks and be done with it. Me, I can't do that.
He'd black out, do angry things, then lost jobs, family, friends, and his home. He panhandled for money, slept near the river, and watched his back.
Well, you got to learn not to trust anybody, that's for sure. You know, anybody will steal from you in a minute.
But after living scared on the streets, he caught wind of the Salvation Army rehab program, where he thrived, studied, and embraced the support, and where he also admitted he wants to be sober.
You got to want it.
And do you want it?
Yes, I do want it. Very bad so.
But is that enough? Not long after our interview, while working his shift in the warehouse, this surfaced. In a donated dresser, a bottle of rubbing alcohol. And seconds later, everything changed. Rubbing alcohol, that's right. Now to find out what happened, please join us for part 3 of our Road to Recovery series tomorrow night at 5.